Welcome to the digital age, where visual effects are so easy to use that your friendly neighborhood scammer can whip up a convincing fake storefront faster than you can say, "Where did my money go?" Yes, folks, awareness is the superhero cape we all need to don if we want to dodge those tricky scams. Now, speaking of dodging, let's talk about AI-generated videos. These bad boys are looking more real than your last family vacation photo. It's getting tougher for us to tell what's true and what's just another cleverly crafted hoax. So, let's put on our detective hats and learn to spot those fakes before we go giving our credit card numbers away like candy on Halloween. And just when you thought it couldn't get any trickier, we have voice cloning technology. Scammers are now impersonating people you trust, like your mom trying to get you to invest in her surefire scheme, involving a pet rock. Recognizing these sneaky tactics means you can keep your hard-earned cash safe from those digital bandits.
But the plot thickens.
Scammers are also using deepfake technology to make celebrities hawk dubious products, like that cryptocurrency that looks more like a cooking recipe than an investment plan. This is why it's crucial to stay informed about these tactics. Your financial security might just depend on it. And if you're wondering how they do it, creating convincing deepfakes involves some fancy tech, like voice synthesis and visual wizardry. I mean, let's be honest, it's so sophisticated that a regular magician would just give up and go back to pulling rabbits out of hats. But on a serious note, this also raises eyebrows about misinformation, because who doesn't love a little ethical dilemma with their morning coffee? Now, let's get to the good stuff, detecting these sneaky little imposters. You can spot deepfakes by watching for body language goofs and speech quirks, like gestures that don't match up and breathing patterns that sound like a cat trying to cough up a hairball. These clues are your golden tickets to discern whether you're watching a genuine video or some high-tech magic trick. Speaking of skepticism, let's take a moment to talk about how indispensable it is, whether you're online or just in everyday life. Keeping a healthy dose of doubt is like wearing a raincoat in a downpour. It helps you avoid the storms of scams and misinformation that can drench your wallet. And while we're on the subject of healthy habits, let's not forget our daily nutrition. Supplements like AG1 become your best friend when food delivery becomes your primary food group. They're like little health ninjas, giving you the vitamins and minerals you need when your diet resembles an episode of Top Chef, Worst Edition. Now, in the world of AI, we see some remarkable advancements making it easier to create avatars that could charm even the crankiest grandparent. This only highlights how important it is to stay informed about AI-generated content, lest we find ourselves fooled by a virtual version of our grandma trying to sell us authentic tapestries made from unicorn hair. The rise of AI-generated stores is upon us, folks, and it's like walking into a department store where every rack looks eerily similar. Many websites are sporting identical templates, making it nearly impossible to sniff out the authenticity. And spoiler alert, they often peddle items that might as well be as real as a $3 bill. Furthermore, AI images can often look so off that they spark joy. Just kidding, they look ridiculous. Those stark contrasts might lead you to believe you're buying high-quality items, when in fact, you'd be lucky if they're good enough to be the backdrop for your next TikTok. And let's not forget how noise-based AI image generation creates patterns that scream, "I'm not real." Picture a photo that has more uniform noise than a toddler's finger painting, a surefire way to tell that it was cranked out by an algorithm rather than a photographer. If you see those telltale signs, run the other way. Presentations on AI-generated imagery often showcase the glaring discrepancies between these images and actual products. It's like bringing a designer bag to a flea market. One looks fabulous, while the other is best left in a shadowy corner of a thrift store. And as our presenter dives into the ethical minefield, they address the impact of AI-generated images on consumer trust. Because, let's be honest, nobody wants to feel like a clueless catfish in the dating pool of online shopping. They even explore using AI to enhance clothing photos without changing the actual clothing. It's like using a Snapchat filter on your wardrobe, giving folks a peek at what they might be missing if they just looked in their closet. Marketing practices are certainly taking a turn for the more creative. In another swirl of irony, the film intertwines sensationalism with environmental issues, crafting a narrative that might provoke more fear than your last horror movie binge. Its impact is significant and contentious, making many wonder whether they should watch it or just hide under the couch with a bowl of popcorn. Now, as we analyze the video production, it seems like AI might have joined the party. The presenter exhibits some pretty unnatural stillness and frozen gestures that could make a robot look lively. This sparks discussions around deepfakes, reminding us that it's not just the bad guys who have fancy tech at their disposal. And the discussion takes a turn towards the motives behind the creation of such content. Is it obscure funding or AI-generated scripts leading the charge? This revelation points to a troubling trend in the media. Where did our good old-fashioned journalism go? It's like finding your favorite childhood toy in a yard sale but realizing it's been replaced by a malfunctioning robot. Identifying authenticity can be like looking for a needle in a haystack, especially when it comes to synchronizing body language and speech. Remember, folks, if someone's actions don't match their words, they could be hiding something, or they just might be very bad at telling jokes. Historically, creating written works required effort, and authenticity was prized like a golden trophy. Nowadays, it seems everyone has a megaphone and an internet connection, leading us to ask, where did credibility go? It's like an old friend who just vanished after high school. As we wrap it all up, the evolution of technology has turned image and video manipulation into child's play, much like how words can be twisted. Society must work to adapt to this ever-changing landscape, because at the end of the day, we all want to feel like we can trust what we see. After all, who wants to be bamboozled by a virtual con artist?